Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Well, the results are in. We've taken a look at all of your comments, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them over the last week and a half, on all the favorite sayings and quotes and anecdotes and statements and all that stuff that have been said by myself and my myriad of guests here on the channel over the years, and the results are in. So I wanted to give the top three, some honorable mentions that showed up quite a bit, and then I'm going to kind of go over some of my favorites as well. And let me just tell you something. You guys did a fantastic job of putting in so many of the great things that have been said on this show over the years, some that I had even forgotten about. And it's great that you guys remember all this stuff, because it actually was great for me and funny to kind of go through all this stuff and look at all the different comments that you guys put between here and Facebook, and just like, wow, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, that was great. I mean, so many really good ones, and it reminded me of some of my favorites as well. So let's get down to it. Coming in at number 3, for Mr. Chris Allo, I got the olds. I gotta say, I got the olds. I now say it all the time. Anytime, because, everybody knows how old I am, I think, at this point. When you reach your 50s and your mid-50s, you tend to forget things now and then. Things don't work like they used to, whatever. And the perfect excuse for anything that goes wrong, for me, I now got the olds. So, Chris, thank you for that one. I love it. Coming in at number 2, another Chris Allo quote. I don't know if this is actually an original or whether I think he got it from somewhere else, but I had never heard this before. And it has become kind of legendary on the channel, and it was not even said that long ago. But so many of you posted this one. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. That's another pretty funny one. And I even forget kind of like the conversation that was going on during that. But that was definitely a good one. I think we were all rolling at that one. So that came in at number 2. Number 1, not surprisingly, was basically the slogan of this channel. And I'm going to talk with our merch professional, and we're going to make it into a t-shirt. We're on YouTube all the damn time. It's basically going to be something like Sea of Tranquility on YouTube all the damn time, or something like that. But yes, I mean, this was the number 1 choice by many, and I wind up saying, I've always said all the damn time for a lot of things in my life, but it just kind of, I never consciously attempted to make it out to be the slogan of this channel. It just kind of happened organically, right? I think the more we started creating content here on the channel, it just became a everyday thing, and I just kind of said to myself, yeah, I'm sitting here doing this all the damn time, so it just became the slogan, and so many of you have adopted it. So I want to thank you all for casting all your comments and whatnot, but there were a lot of honorable mentions that I want to kind of go through, and these are honorable mentions mixed in with some of my favorites. All right, so I'm just kind of gonna go through. There's so many of them. Honestly, guys, if you really want to be entertained, you just got to go onto the YouTube channel and go to the video that I recorded that has all the comments and just go through them all, because that to me is so much fun. I've done it like multiple times already. So coming in again, some of the ones I'm going to mention next were ranked pretty high, from Butch Jones and Lynn Versace, because they both say it all the time. Cozy fucking Powell. Another Chris Allo favorite was pulling a Catino, in regards to Rich Catino changing the rules at any given time, right, of whatever the topic might be. A favorite of many is one of mine. We all hear these albums differently, or we all hear things differently. A Ryan Scow favorite of just like 2 weeks ago, More Will Than Skill. What else we got? Butch Jones's classic Bourboning. Another one that ranked very, very high, and it's one of my favorites. It was on the Godzilla episode on the Monsters Den, where Chris Allo was talking about Godzilla looking at the sea monster in the water, the giant lobster, and he's just like, just jump in the fucking water, right? What else? That's a classic. Another favorite of many, it doesn't get much better than that, or it doesn't get much better than this, which I say quite often. Necrotic gallbladder. Made a lot of appearances on this one. The famous, not yet formed thrash death metal band, right? Necrotic Gallbladder, that everybody wants Lynn Versace to be the front lady of. A Chris Allo favorite. I hate the fucking album, but I bought it 5 times. A Martin Popoff specialty. Whenever Martin doesn't have a physical copy of an album, he always asks me, if you got it, could you pull one for me? So when he's talking about the album, I hold it up and he goes, and there you go. That's awesome. A favorite of many of mine. I never need to hear that song again. And I'd say that all the time. Another Chris Allo favorite. In talking about Rick Allen from Def Leppard, we should just chop his other arm off. Chris Allo, once again, I couldn't make grilled cheese at 14. A George LeMay recent classic. No softies here. Love no softies. Another classic, I guess I am guilty of this one. Mellotron, All Over the Place. Martin Popoff's Geronimo riff. Butch Jones's legendary God Damn. Another Ryan Scow zinger. The Sam's Club version. Chris Allo's 100%. 100%. Chris Allo. It's got gore. It's got boobs. What more do you want, right? A couple of Martin Popoff classics here. The album cover certainly looked heavy. The guys in the band looked heavy, because everything's got to look heavy in order to be, something worth listening to for a, teenage Canadian metalhead, right? Of course. Another legendary Chris Alloism, his John Sykes impression. Can you pass the oil, mate? From the pool, or the sauna, whatever the hell it was. One of Chris Allo's that I use all the time now, it's a hoot. That movie's a hoot, right? All the John Sykes milk carton quotes, and we can thank Nick Usofian for that. There are so many people who mentioned John Sykesisms in the comments, and there were a lot of them, and I think that whole milk carton thing, and David, thank you for putting all that together. That was just classic. People love my tasty guitar solo. All right. Chris Allo's I'm just a guy who loves Black Sabbath and cheeseburgers. And perhaps my favorite of all time, which I remember just being in absolute stitches, was I Want to Run Through the Fields in a Massengill commercial by Lynn Versace. I had such a hard time holding it. There have been a couple of instances on this channel over the years where I just had a real hard time keeping it together. That was absolutely one of them. The other time, I think it was on the same recording session, where Lynn, we had to, I think it's on a blooper. I think we have a blooper of me I just can't spit out, and I'm just laughing hysterically. And that was because, we were getting ready to tape, and Lynn was like, hold on a second, and Lynn had to arrange the girls, so to speak. And it was so funny. It was so funny. And we both just burst out laughing. I'm sitting here. I'm like, alrighty then. Recently, Chuck LeMay with the way he just not Chuck LeMay, George LeMay. I'm combining Chuck Alvarez and George LeMay. When George LeMay threw out there in the Prog Seed episode. I love the whole no softies here. But the way he just so casually throws it out there. And he just the other night, he just plopped it in there, and I couldn't keep it going. I was like, it was just so funny. I mean, there's so many funny moments. I love the bantering between Lynn and Butch and Steve and Butch and Sydney. Chris and Steve Keeler. I love the kind of telekinetic energy between Nick Franco and Ryan Scow when they're talking about bands that they know that nobody else knows, right? And they're like, who gives a crap? They deserve some attention. There is something to be said about the kind of kinship and camaraderie between Anthony Ferraro, Chuck Alvarez, George LeMay, and myself, which I think is really, really cool. It's just kind of like hanging out with old friends, which I really dig. And then you gotta love, Yeah, I think the other in the Prague Seat show. I mean, we've got some characters on this show. We have some great people. It's like, and then there's the other cast of In the Prague Seat, where you have Rick Labonte and Sean Tonar and Rand Kelly and myself, and we're all so completely different people. You've got the calm, cool, collected professional that is Sean Tonar. You've got Rand Kelly, who's the guy who's been around the block a little longer than the rest of us, and he's got so much he wants to say, and he's just so passionate about the music. And then you got Rick Labonte, who is you got to dial that passion up to a couple hundred notches, right? He's literally bursting at the seams with all this joy of the music he's talking about, and he wants everybody to know it. And it makes for a great dynamic. And then come on, you got Louis Nasser. I mean, gotta love that guy. He's kind of like Chris Allo in a way where you never know what he's going to say next, but so intelligent, so impassioned about the topic in hand. Ken Golden, love Ken Golden. Steve Feigenbaum, man. I mean, these guys are know-it-all, right? It's just they've sold the music, they know the music, they've seen the music, and I love the dynamic between the two of them. And we've had so many other cool people on the show. You got Bryce talks metal, love his. At such a young age, love for the music. You got Neve, the prog nerd. She has brought some cool things to the channel as well. Someone who has not really had that long of an exposure to prog, but just really has this deep-rooted love for it. Stephen Reed. Man, I love Stephen. Stephen and I have worked together for so long now. He's been one of my right-hand men on the Sea Tranquility website for well over a decade. And man, he's just, he's like my long-lost brother. When he and I, once a month get on a Zoom together, it's like I just want to spend hours with the guy. He's so awesome. And I remember he was actually a little nervous about doing the YouTube thing with me in the beginning, and he's such a natural. Then you got Simon Bray. I love Simon Bray. He's just like Simon, just want to hug him, just so awesome. Martin Popoff, love Martin to death. I can't have a Friday without him. It's like I wish Martin was like my next door neighbor, because I would love to do a taping with Martin and just sit and drink a bunch of beers and just talk shop. Man, there's so many cool people who have been on this channel. Mike Portnoy, Kurt Vandergoot, and Vanderhoof. Jim Bocci. All these cool people. Jack Toledano, my longtime friend. I know Jack a million years. Craig and George Seibert. Man, I know I'm going to forget a ton of people because we've had so many cool guests on this show. Andy Edwards has had a lot on just a couple videos he's been on as well. I'm looking forward to doing more with him. So many cool people. And for those of you who I may have forgotten here, it's just we've got such a big cast, and I have memories just kind of flooding through my mind. So, yeah, there you have it. I could go on and on here, but so many cool quotes and sayings and things. I kind of want to do this every year, because I think that there's so much unexpected shit happens on this channel on a regular basis that I think it'd be cool once a year to kind of everybody reflect on what some of the cool things you heard over the last 12 months. And we just kind of talk about them here. So, and I would love one of these days, if I can make it happen, is to kind of get another big gathering on a Zoom. Oh, Mike Antonelli. How can I forget Mike Antonelli? Mike Antonelli also. Love having Mike on the show. Mike is my brother from right down the road, owns the brewery at Orange County Hops, and, Mike, a wealth of information and knowledge when it comes to kind of the jazz and classic rock side of things. But yeah, I would love to get everybody, a whole bunch of us on a Zoom, and just kind of talk about the crazy shit that has happened on this channel. That everybody's own, coming from the talent, their own personal favorite moments, right? What was the time that really, that you really enjoyed? That maybe it was a funny situation you're in, a great conversation you have with another guest, or just something you heard when you were on one of the shows. John Newdorf, Carl Sederholm, two other folks that have been on the show a number of times. Yeah, so many people. So many people. It's been some cool Jeff Young moments over the years. Yeah, I mean, just so many regulars. So many regulars. Of course, I can't forget about him because he's my partner in crime over on Comic Book Geezers. Mr. Wild Bill. Probably, one of my oldest friends in the world who I've known. Dude, I know you're going to be 40 years soon. That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, Bill and I have been manning the Comic Book Geezers channel, our sister channel, along with my other longtime buddy, Kirk. And Bill has also appeared here on Sea of Tranquility a couple times. I want to get him on more. I wanted one of these days. The problem is he works a night shift, so it's kind of tough to get him on specific programs here unless it's something I do on the weekends. But I would love to have him sit in on the Hudson Valley Squares one of these days. Even though he's more of a comic guy than he is a music guy, but I still think he could add his brand of weird humor to anything. So yeah. Anyway, that's I'm gonna cut this one short because I think we kind of get the gist. But we're on YouTube all the damn time as your number one pick for slogan quote of the year here on Sea Tranquility. So I'm going to work and see if we can get that on the t-shirt because I think that'd be pretty damn cool. So thanks for watching, everybody. We got cool stuff coming up on the channel. Like I said, Stephen Reed and myself, actually no, not Stephen Reed and myself. Stephen Reed is going to rank the albums of Thunder. I'm just going to sit and look pretty and comment and do my normal thing. He is going to do the ranking. He's going to do the heavy lifting because I know a lot of people wanted to see the Thunder ranking. He's a big fan. I only have 2 albums, so I'm kind of out of the running on that, but we did want to do that. So that's coming up this morning. So stay tuned for that and a lot more here on the channel. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're really not on Twitter that much, but I say it anyway because we do have a Twitter account. But we are here on YouTube all the damn time. We're on Facebook and YouTube all the damn time. That is for damn sure. So stay tuned for more stuff here on the channel. Thanks for watching. I love you all. And this right here is this whole video and everything I've said and all you guys wrote about is a testament to the wonderful talent that appear here on Sea Tranquility. And I want to tell each and every one of them, if they're watching, I appreciate all of you. You help make this what it has, the success it has been, and you all have such amazing talents, and I applaud all of you and thank all of you for bringing them to the channel. Either as little or as much as you do, it's all appreciated by myself and all of our viewers. So thank you all. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys too. Take care. Bye-bye.